Hey folks, today I'm going to show you how I paint on wax paper. I had a request on Facebook. Hi. And so I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you before, during, and after. So I hope that you can see the quality of this today. The lighting was bad in here yesterday. I was going to do this outside, but I put all my cats outside so that I can concentrate. And if I do it outside, they're going to get all in this paint. So I just take regular wax paper, and today I'm also going to try some parchment paper. And the reason I did this is because I wanted to have something to go in my journals that would be kind of like a covering for each signature, and I wanted to still be able to see through it. So I really like the way it turned out. It gives this airy, fairy-like look to the paper. Now I used a baby pastel pink, and I'm sorry, I just did some coffee and tea dye, so my hands are gross, because I wanted it to be light and kind of see-through. But I'm going to show you for purposes today, I'm going to show you with black paint and some with the pink. Anyway, let's stop talking and get to it. Stick that over there. I just take regular rubber stamps, some foam stamps, some wooden block stamps, some of my favorite ones. The reason I'm using these is because I had that on those samples, so I wanted to show you the same stamps that I was using. This is a chicken tray, that comes with frozen chicken in it. I wash these and reuse them. You're squeamish about that. I used to have a restaurant, so I know how to sanitize things. But if you're squeamish about that, you can ask your butcher to give you some, of the new trays. But I love these foam trays for painting the big stamps. And then I have another one with the black paint. Now on, I was going to say on the other ones I had used blackboard or chalkboard paint, but I didn't do any with black, so I don't know what I'm thinking. This is a different project. So I'm going to try it first with the black so that you can see. And I put a thin coat because you really don't want it to get down in the grooves, because this stuff is a pain to get out. You really need to clean your stamps just as soon as you finish. So I just kind of like, it's kind of like inking it up, And I'm just going to do one sheet at a time. I don't want them to get contaminated. Stick that over there. And then I just do a pattern. I just repeat. Oh, I kind of like this too, though. Stamp it into your pad, and you could do both sides. I didn't on the first one. I might do it on this one. I have a very little amount of paint, and you're just making a pattern. I'm covering this all over, but you could leave some spaces if you want. I like the way that looks. And then I hang these up to dry. I have on my chandelier, my daughter came up with an ingenious plan to put pipe cleaners, to hang pipe cleaners. And we have these little keychain hooks that we had given away at the restaurant. And we attach those up there, and I hang up, it's kind of like a little clothesline. And I hang my stuff up there to dry. But I'm going to try and get that close. I don't know if you're going to see it or not. I hope you can tell. But it just gives a beautiful little, I just can't describe it. Ethereal is the word that keeps coming to mind. Look to it. And even with the black paint, so that y'all can see. I really like that. Now I've got some ideas for doing some different things. I was going to sew these and make little pockets. If I had those glassine envelopes, I would go to town on those suckers, but I don't have any of those, so I have to make my own. Now then, I'm going to, with that same black paint, this is the parchment paper. Let me try that. I didn't put very much paint out because I didn't think I was going to be doing it. Of the black ones, so now I think I am. I have to get me some more paint out. Oh, I put a little bit more on there on that one. And that's more opaque, so you're going to see the image better. One day when I grow up, I'm going to design fabric. I love fabric. And one day I'm going to figure out how to do that. And it's going to be another career. I'll put a little bit more paint out. That parchment paper right there reminds me of that Tim Holtz wax paper that you can buy by the rolls when it just rolled up like that. Because I've always thought, well, I could do that myself. Just get a roll and roll it out and rubber stamp it. Well, there you go. I know that stuff's pretty expensive. Sometimes, you don't have money to spend on craft supplies, so you've got to come up with a way of doing it yourself. And that's just one pattern, give you an idea. I love the way that turned out. I am definitely going to be doing some more of those. I hope I'm in frame. Okay, now I'm going to do one with the pink. I will try and make this a quick video so I can get it up. Yeah, see, I kind of globbed that in there. I should have done that better. But, you know what? I can do it again. I love this pink. I don't know why. It reminds me of my childhood in the 60s. My cousin, I guess I do know why. My cousin's mother had painted her room the most beautiful baby pink, this color. And I was just a little bitty tiny girl. She's 2 years older than me, so she should have known better. But as soon as I got over there, it was like it was an artist's canvas that was speaking to me. And we sat on her bed and used every color in the color box and painted those walls. And her mother didn't paint over it. She about had a heart attack. But she was like, you know what? You messed your walls up, so be it. So for years, our scribble marks was on her bedroom wall. I was born to be an artist. I just didn't know it at the time, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more on there, too. Now, I'm not going to do the back side of this. I'm going to let it dry and then do it. Get it a little bit. It's weird the way the paint is kind of reacting to this parchment paper. It's making it real wrinkly, which is kind of weird. It didn't do that to the wax paper. I kind of like it, though. Let's see what kind of effect it gives. I hope you can see this. I hope it's focusing, and I hope you can see how pretty it looks. Let me see. See, I'm just inking up. I take my paint and put a very thin coat, so hopefully I don't have to dig it out of the creases. I spent one day cleaning up all these, because I'm real bad about not cleaning my stamps. And I spent one day cleaning them all, trying to get them back to their original glory, because I had used the chalkboard paint and stamped some playing cards, and then I didn't clean it off, so I barely had any kind of detail. So I did well cleaning those up, so now I'm going to have to do it again. See, this is not, I mean, it's doing a little bit of wrinkling, but not a lot. I wonder why the other one was wrinkling like that. Here are the two. It's more opaque with the parchment paper and more fairy-like, I think, with the wax paper. And I'm going to do a little bit more black paint and do some more parchment paper, I think. This is just going over it with the black. Let's see if it, no, it didn't leave any pink. I thought it might leave some pink on there. I love these. These Harlequin patterns reminds me of the 60s. I was born in 67, so. And of course, you know, I like to have that faded look. I don't know what that's called, umbrella or whatever. But I mean, if you want to re-ink your stamp every time, you can. But that's the way I do it. And I just added some washi tape. I cut these down, added some washi tape to them, and these only printed on one side of this. You can't really tell which side. I mean, you can feel a little bit, but I hope y'all have fun with this, and maybe you can use it in some of your projects or journals. Have a good weekend. Please like and subscribe.